right, welcome to Dancing with the Odds. It is August 27th, 2024. I'm Dennis Truska. I'm here with my fellow Rad Dads, Aaron Patterson, Sean Thompson.
Hello.
Hey.
All right, we got a good show today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the massive letdown in Ireland from Florida State.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Florida State.
We're going to be talking some NFL future bets, and then we're just going to get back on our horse, and we're going to discuss how we're going to be betting for Week 1.
We're going to get on our horse, and we're going to ride the fuck away from Tallahassee.
Yeah, we're done.
Done.
I'm done with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Done with them.
They are already the Iowa State of 2024.
100%.
Oh, I like that.
They lost to.
They had our trust for so long last
They
year.
did. They did.
Ugh.
They were like our go-to last year. Like if we needed a win,
They
Florida
did
State,
it for us, yeah.
They did it every time. And then,
I think a
Not
lot
now.
of people lost their ass this week.
yeah, I think
Because it wasn't even that they didn't cover. They just
no,
outright lost.
I think most
Yeah.
people just didn't expect Georgia Tech to show up like they did, but the offense for Florida State was just stagnant, and you wouldn't expect that with their quarterback coming in. No, granted, he transferred from Oregon State,
Right.
but he's
He's
played
good.
for major. I mean,
He's
started
a
at Clemson,
really good quarterback.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
you wouldn't expect that they
Gabriel,
but they,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Dylan
Not
Gabriel.
It
No.
was,
No.
ukulele. I can't.
Oh,
remember.
yeah, DJ Ukulele.
Ukulele. That's it.
Yeah, he's not going to start anymore. I don't know, but
Yeah.
he's. But we were talking about this the other day too. They lost like 14 players on Florida State to the draft. That probably would have been really valuable.
Yeah,
information to probably know that
All
so
three of us
on our
all
bad-
missed that
yeah.
last week. So,
So-
that was bad on us. We're really bad at this.
But I still would have been tempted against Georgia Tech.
yeah, Georgia Tech
Really?
in Ireland. But, it was a home game for Georgia Tech,
It was,
apparently.
it was in our
Yeah. Yeah, they cover
They do
when they're
cover
home
at
team.
home.
They do cover at home, but maybe Georgia Tech's on their ascendance back up. They got a pretty solid coach. They're starting to.
They've been that way for several years.
They've been on
so-
the
Yeah.
verge, on the
They're
cusp.
they're
They're like Northwestern, like they're always
Yeah.
on the cusp.
Right.
Yeah.
Can they
So-
break through?
Yeah.
But who knows? But yeah,
All
that
right.
that was.
And who knows? Maybe they're the dark
disappointing.
horse in the Coastal
Actually,
Conference.
hit the A button for me, would you? Because
Yeah.
we deserve this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was our first bet of the year. But before we talk much more about it, what are you guys drinking?
I have the Moon Man from New
Ooh.
Glarus in
Very good. Very good.
in Wisconsin. There, only in Wisconsin.
Only in
Unless you
Wisconsin,
bring it
and-
back with you from Wisconsin,
Which is, bootlegging, but whatever.
yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
What?
It's totally legal.
Yeah.
The
Just
ever
like
so elusive Miller Lite.
Also from
Ooh, where did you
Wisconsin.
find that? I'm just doing a little Kraken and Coke.
There you go.
Ooh.
Nice, easy drink. Well, awesome, guys. So we're gonna win this week.
Yeah.
We're gonna win this
We're gonna
week.
win
It's
every week.
easy.
Like we
So-
got the loss out of the way.
We got the loss out
We're
of the way.
going.
We were texting
balls
each
to the
other.
wall.
Yeah,
now.
like you said, we're doing the opposite of last year. So we started off real well last year.
Yeah, we were on
and
a
then
tear. We
just
started off on a
totally
heater,
shit
literally.
the bed. And so now we're just gonna shit the bed at first, clean it up, and then we're gonna go and win. So
Yeah,
that's how it works.
it's gonna
Which
happen.
is one would do.
We're gonna get to 10K by the Super Bowl, and it's
Hope
gonna
so.
happen. So
Conference
anything else?
championship game.
Oh, I like that even better.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
But the goal is by Super Bowl,
Right.
right? But I would love
Yeah,
it
yeah.
by the conference championship.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Right.
great.
Right.
That's great. But how about before Thanksgiving?
And we don't have the
why not?
pros even up yet. So pretty soon we're gonna have
Million.
double the
We're gonna be
benefits.
millionaires
So
soon.
we could jump quite quickly.
That
Yeah.
was good. Very
Yeah,
good
quickly.
alliteration there. Quite quickly.
Quite quickly.
So, do we need to talk about Florida State anymore? Do we talk
No.
enough about it?
No.
Do we just put
I
it to
think they're
bed
just
and just
on the
move on?
I
shit.
and-
think they're.
now, so-
I'm not touching them again this year.
Yeah, I don't know. They were supposed to be what 10th?
They were 10th.
Ranked
Yeah.
10th? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to see more. Maybe they'll turn it around a little bit at some point.
And
but,
quick
and
side.
maybe Georgia Tech ends up being awesome.
Right. And quick sidebar. Where does Georgia Tech go from here?
Right.
Do they jump into the top 25 here before week one? It may have.
I don't know.
It may have already came out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have not even looked at the rankings,
I
but
don't see it happening.
yeah.
But they beat number 10.
So what? It's preseason. I think the
preseason rankings are a little wonky sometimes, so
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what the voters will think.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
They may wait until they may have to win 2 in a row. Georgia Tech may end up being a dark horse in the Coastal Conference.
could be hard to say. So
I still like NC State, but
yep.
All right. Well, let's just dive in. Let's just, we're going to do our NFL futures because we got one more week without the NFL. So we can kind of talk through that and see what you guys are thinking. And then we'll move on to college and figure out what our bets are. Perfect. So first one I put out there, what I did for this one, kind of like we did for the college futures, is just kind of pick a few popular bets for futures. So I went ahead and said, okay, Super Bowl champion, each conference champion. And then from there, if you want to do some over-under on wins or maybe an MVP, bold predictions, all that kind of stuff. But who are you guys thinking for Super Bowl this year? I don't know if you had a chance to look at the odds. Not like who you want to win, Sean. God damn it.
I'm totally homering it. I think Green Bay is going to win.
What is their odds?
Plus 14. I think it was like plus 1,400.
Oh, I kind of like that. So yeah. I don't hate that. That's good value.
Terrible odds, but like they legitimately should have made the NFC Championship game last year. They should have beaten San Francisco. I mean, they had San Francisco on the ropes. They just couldn't finish, which is fine.
They did play but I remember that.
Actually, it's way worse odds than I initially thought here. Hang on, sorry. 1,800. So they're just behind the Jets, which is total bullshit.
Right? Who the fuck thinks the Jets are going?
Do they think Aaron Rodgers is that big of a difference?
I guess
he's going to tear
his
ACL.
100 years old.
Yeah.
He's going to tear his ACL on the fourth play.
Yeah. I was going to say, what's the over under on plays before he's hurt for the season? Fuck that guy.
I'm homering. I'm going for.
I love it.
I'm going for the Pack.
Any other ones you're looking at?
So I actually had division winners.
Oh man, you went divisions.
Yeah. So.
I do too. If we want to.
I just did conferences.
I mean, AFC West.
I didn't hear, but I do.
Yeah. AFC West is a given. Chiefs are winning that division. They have the rest of the AFC West is trash. The Chargers might give them a run for their money with Harbaugh. I don't see it happening. The Raiders are total trash. Gardner Minshew. Whatever, they're awful, and the Broncos are going to be. They have a rookie quarterback. They're not even going to be anywhere close. So
they might surprise some people for a couple games, but nothing crazy.
I don't see it happening.
No, not to challenge.
The AFC East, I think, is the big question mark. I mean, you got three teams in that division that can legitimately win. You got the Jets, you got the Dolphins, and you have the Bills. Rodgers.
I see two of them being legit. I still don't believe in the Jets.
I don't.
I can't.
Rodgers is a fantastic regular season quarterback.
10 years ago,
you know all about that.
He will win you games in the regular season.
10 years ago.
Well, even 2 years ago. Last year with the Packers. No, granted, his last year with the Packers was awful because he let the Lions beat us, and that's unacceptable. That's probably why we let him go.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Fuck the Lions. But he's a great quarterback. He's got Garrett Wilson. He's got decent weapons around him. He's got what some people think is going to be the NFL MVP with Breece Hall in his backfield. So
Breece Hall, man,
he's a good running back.
So
awesome.
He's got the weapons around him to do damage.
And they had an okay defense last year.
And so, but it's if he can get out of his own way. So I don't see the Jets winning the AFC.
But dude, and their challenge is going to be Miami.
Right.
Like Tua and that offense, it's going to be a fucking track race.
Right. So I actually have the Dolphins winning the AFC East this year, as I think their offense is very high powered. It's going to be really hard to keep up with. AFC North, again, fairly stacked. You got the Ravens. The Steelers aren't going to be any good this year. It's probably going to come down to the Ravens and the Bengals. I think the Ravens upgraded big time with the addition of Derrick Henry. Lamar Jackson's always going to be solid. I see the Ravens winning that division. The AFC South is another one that's going to come down to two teams, Texans, Jaguars. Does Lawrence live up to his massive contract? I don't see it happening.
No.
I think Stroud and the Texans win the South.
I think the Jaguars are just
we know
cursed.
what they are.
Yeah.
We know what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
they get all these
second
great
in that
picks,
division,
and
but-
then they put all this time.
Trevor Lawrence is a really good quarterback.
No,
but
he's
just
been good.
Hasn't taken
and
that
they've
next
and they've
step.
always picked with all the picks they've had. They've always picked like really good players, but they just haven't been able to gel.
Right.
And they leave, and they become good players.
Right. Yeah.
It's because they're a team in fucking Jacksonville, which is the shittiest freaking
Well,
city
and then
in Florida.
you had Urban Meyer that
Sorry,
kind of
Jacksonville.
fucked them up. So
right.
It's the worst. If
OH.
you've ever been there, it's like there's nothing here. Yeah. No. Oh no.
No, he went to Clemson. So
Yeah.
he's a little.
No, he was
No,
Urban
Urban
Meyer. He
Meyer.
was doing the
Oh,
Urban
OH.
Meyer.
Oh yeah,
I did the
well,
OH.
that's
Fuck
what
that
you get
guy.
for hiring anyone from Ohio State. I mean, if
Yeah.
you want your program to be ruined forever, then you hire someone from Ohio State.
unless you're in college and you can.
You mean the?
No,
The
no,
Ohio
it's
State.
just Ohio State.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But then you can get hookers and whatever, blow and
Yeah.
win a couple national championships and then bounce.
yeah,
Say you
What?
have health reasons and
yeah. So NFC,
My heart.
NFC West, foregone conclusion. It's the 49ers. Like they're not losing that division whatsoever. The North. Okay, again, I'm a homer. It's going to be tight. It's going to come down between Detroit and Green Bay. The Bears are trash. The Vikings, their rookie quarterback is hurt.
they
got
have
the
fucking Sam Darnold.
Sam
as
Darnold
their-
experiment.
Oh, that fucking guy.
So
Oh, don't get me started there.
I think the Vikings will probably finish in fourth. The it all depends on how Caleb Williams plays, but I think the Bears will be
Awful.
real bad. This
marginally better,
year.
maybe.
So he's got decent weapons around him, but I don't think they have no offensive line.
How
That's
many
the
wins
problem.
did they have last year?
I don't know,
4,
I
5?
think 4.
Not even maybe.
We're going to have
3
maybe
or 4.
+1, +2
Yeah,
on them.
So, but it's going to come down to Green Bay and Detroit, in my opinion. And I'm obviously I'm gonna go homer. I think Green Bay is gonna win the division. So, but they'll both
I don't hate
they'll
it.
both make the playoffs. The South, I don't know. Oh,
You already
that's
did the
gonna
NFC
be.
South. Oh no, you didn't yet.
That's gonna be.
Oh, you're
Atlanta.
jumping in the NFC South?
Yeah.
what I was gonna
Here's my
Sorry,
pool.
it's not gonna be Carolina.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
gonna be Atlanta. And so,
Wow.
I think
Well, it
President-
certainly isn't going to be New Orleans. They're going to be horrible this
right,
year.
Yeah,
The whole.
Horrible.
yeah. And so
I don't want to foreshadow here, but
to. You got
the NFC South is going to be bad.
Yeah, you have a very experienced quarterback in Kirk Cousins now. They got Bijan Robinson. They should be okay. I think it'll be
I think
between
Kyle
Tampa
Pitts
Bay.
will finally have his season
Yeah,
too.
I don't
I
think
think it'll
so.
be between Tampa Bay and I mean, if Mayfield has a hell of a season, I could see Tampa Bay winning that division too. But I don't see it.
No one's running away with it.
No.
It's going to be a battle of
Nope.
500 teams.
And this is where my homer pick comes.
You wait your turn.
Okay.
yeah. And then the East, I think will be Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
I think that's the Cowboys they're there, but
They're gonna be the same team they always
Dak's
are.
your quarterback, so they'll
Well,
screw it up
he'll
somehow.
throw for 5,000 yards
Yeah,
and then
he'll
he'll do
throw,
his
and he
thing.
won't win any
he'll throw 4
real
interceptions
games.
in the
He
game
won't-
that they have to
yeah.
win, and
Right.
that'll be it. So,
This is the
but
way
they did
for
get
the
their guy CD Lamb, so we'll see. But it
But they've always had
Oh,
him.
CD Lamb's gonna have a monster season,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing that'll.
I
Rico
don't-
Dowdle too.
Well,
He's gonna be good
hopefully for them,
Yeah.
he will.
for me.
For
He's on
you.
my fantasy.
But
team, so.
overall, I see the Super Bowl, Green Bay, it'd be awesome if it was the Jets. It won't be because it would just be like great, just to like.
That's a
put
weird.
the knife
It's a
through
weird
him.
thing to say.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never.
He just wants to destroy.
I
Aaron
just want to
Rodgers.
destroy Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get it.
But it would be.
I was like, I don't know that I ever said.
But I would go with the Bills. I'd like to see the Bills make the Super Bowl this year. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow, that was a lot.
was
I wasn't. Think that was
sorry.
good though. It was
Yeah.
well thought out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
good arguments. Well,
So.
arguments.
yeah.
No,
Not good. okay.
I mean, no, kidding. Aaron, you got any over there?
I do. So I'm not going to go as in depth because I didn't.
I'm not even doing divisions. I did conference champs and Super Bowl champs.
I'll run through quickly. So I got a parlay built here
there you
that
go.
I want to go over and I want to make.
Let's hear it. I want to hear this.
And the $40 bet would win $172,000. But
There's our
Sounds like
studio.
a winner right there.
Yeah.
so I got
gonna happen.
Miami winning the East, AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Indianapolis, the AFC South.
Okay.
Cincinnati in the AFC North.
Yep.
Kansas City, obviously, in the AFC West. The Eagles in the NFC East. The homer pick of the Panthers in the South because there's always...
Well, you needed to bump your odds up.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, and there's always a worst to first.
Right.
Every year there's a worst to first.
And why can't it be Carolina?
We got a new head coach. Bryce Young's a good ish quarterback.
And he's got a
in
year under
college.
his belt, so
Yeah.
kind of knows what to expect.
So that's
I'd like
why
to see him do well.
and they had a good defense last year. Like they had a legit good defense last year. So
Right.
if their offense
They
can
stayed in.
score,
I remember this. They stayed in a lot of games because
Yeah.
we're texting like, why didn't we take them? You
Right.
know?
if their offense can score some points, that the NFC South is so fucking bad that there's not going to be a whole lot of competition. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that they could take the NFC South.
Right.
And then I had Green Bay winning the North, and then the Niners winning the West.
Very nice. Who was the Super Bowl champ?
So then I went a little unconventional. I went with the Bengals.
Oh, wow.
I think Joey B may come back and have a good season. They might take out Kansas City. I feel like Kansas City's going to get taken out before the conference championship. Getting a little too big for the britches.
I like that they're the hated team now. Like,
I don't hate them, but I think that people are going to
they're
gonna play 'em.
They got the target.
Yeah,
They're going to play them
That's how it
hard.
works, right?
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Yep.
And it's really hard to three-peat.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, really hard.
So I feel like they're
Never
going to
been
get
done.
knocked out before
Ever.
the conference
Ever?
title.
Ever.
I'm thinking through the
We've
paper.
had,
Yeah,
I think
guess
we've had
not. Even the
repeats,
Niners
but
didn't
we've
do
never
it.
had three-peats.
And yeah, the Cowboys didn't do it either.
Nope.
Yeah, that's right. There was a
They'd
gap
be
in
the
there.
first one ever if they
They
did.
got the target on their back, so I think they're going to get knocked out. I think Cincinnati's got that offense that can compete with them.
Yeah.
It's going to be a track race if they end up both going to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
I think Joey B can come out. He's got a chip on his shoulder from getting hurt. I
Played like shit last year, so
Yeah.
hopefully he
Yeah.
figures it out, you know.
I like them kind of righting their ship because they went from being such a shitty team.
And they're a pretty fun team to root
Yeah.
for, too. I love Burrow.
and they've
I love
got
that team.
talent. It's
Yeah.
not like they don't have talent. So
I mean,
it's
Jamar
just
Chase. Oh, my gosh.
getting back to that level that they had prior to him getting hurt
Right.
and playing shitty.
Yeah.
I see them having
They're the new-
that bounce back season. I could see them being the Chiefs, the young up and coming Chiefs from just a couple years ago. And
I like
then I got the Lions.
Okay.
I got the Lions. Shout out to Matt Pelton there
Lions in the Super Bowl?
in the Super Bowl,
Okay.
NFC champions.
All right. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, they play for Dan Campbell.
Yep.
Yep.
They play for him.
I mean,
like
he makes
crazy.
stupid calls, but
Oh, yeah.
he has
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go for 17 times in a row
Yep,
until we
but
don't
then
get
he's
it.
like, "I'm gonna
What's gonna-
slam my head
that's
into
what's
a
gonna
wall,
screw him.
and you're gonna
Yeah.
fucking love it." And they're
I know.
like,
They do.
Shit,
they
yeah, we
fucking
are.
do everything for him, and it's going to
Yeah.
work for him at one of these days.
Well, I think it's going to screw them overall because this is the pros. This isn't.
Well, we saw it last
Yeah,
year, right?
yeah.
We saw it screw
So,
him over.
yeah.
And I know every Lions fan's going to back him up, but
That's
you know,
fine.
they should.
He's gonna
They
learn
should.
enough.
I would.
He's
I wish my
gonna learn
Cardinals were in that
enough.
position.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're
He'll-
right.
he'll
At some
figure it
point,
out.
he'll be like,
Yeah,
"This
it'll
isn't the time to
click.
do that." And yeah. So, you got any more?
No, not for that.
Okay.
Just the over unders, but
Okay.
I think I'm getting ahead of ourselves on that.
So I do mine a little different, right? So I looked at the odds and I was just like, okay, when I do futures, because I've already laid my futures bets in like some maybe shady Argentina websites. Disclaimer, totally legal.
Nailed it.
I usually will bet 2 or 3 for each future because a lot can happen and you
Yeah.
can really still make money that way, right? So I'm going to go top down. So Super Bowl champion, I still like the Chiefs at plus 500. So I kind of like that as a bet. I mean, it's still they're the favorites.
Yeah.
But plus 500
For
is
the
still a
safe.
decent return. That's
Yeah.
the safe, and I'll always do it for Rad On. That's our team. So we've made money the last 2 years doing that, so why change, right? I also, the other two that I looked at that I really liked were Baltimore at plus 1,000 and Detroit at plus 1,100. I thought that's a pretty good return. So those are the ones I looked at for all the same reason you guys have talked about. Although I haven't heard anyone talk about Baltimore. I think Baltimore might
they're
get
like-
over.
yeah.
I think they might get over the hump this year.
They're like that team that's like they're there, but
Yeah.
are they gonna do it?
It's going to be interesting to see
Can they
how
get
much
over that
gas Derrick Henry has in the tank, because adding that to that offense is
Oh, yeah.
If he's still 90% of what he was, it's going to be amazing. And then I did for the NFC champions. My favorite one is Detroit at plus 550.
I thought you were going to say Carolina, but I'm right behind you there.
I'm trying to win money. And then I also like Philly at plus 600, and I really like the Green Bay plus 800. So,
yeah.
I mean, plus 800 for Green Bay, that's a team that I think Jordan Love's going to have a fantastic season. I think, remember your Raiola getting votes? I think this is the year Love starts getting MVP votes. I think you saw him towards the end of the year last year.
He was on that,
clicking.
He was just
he didn't start off great,
there.
but he was getting those reps, and we all knew he had the talent.
Yeah.
So this could be an interesting year.
He's a guy that I wanted Carolina to draft back when he came out of Utah State.
Like 17 years ago when they drafted him, whatever it was.
Right.
And then for the AFC, obviously, I already told you who my top Super Bowl champion one was. So obviously, KC makes sense at plus
Carolina.
350.
No.
Baltimore. And then I like Houston. They're a plus 1,200. So I like that because it's plus 1,200, right? Like put a couple bucks on that. If they get hot at the right time, obviously we know the weapons they have. You did make a comment during the draft the other day about will Stroud have the sophomore slump. So that is something to be concerned about.
And that's the thing with Bryce Young, too, in Carolina. So
I hope he doesn't slump from what he did last year. Bryce Young, I mean.
Right. We can't go further down.
Sophomore surge.
I'm hoping.
Okay, fine. I'll put my money on Carolina. God. No. All right. So that's what I like for futures. Over-unders? What do you guys like for over-unders this year for wins?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shall I go?
Obviously I went pretty in-depth in my division winner, so I didn't do the over-unders all the
That's
time,
okay.
So.
That's okay.
So there was 3 of them that I had looked at that were particularly tasty to me, I guess.
Tasty.
I went the homer route. So Carolina was 5.5. I take the over on that at plus 102, especially in that division. And they've got a pretty weak schedule with them being pretty shitty last year. So 6 wins for them, I don't think would be too crazy if Bryce Young and that offense can sustain. The defense was fine. There was nothing terribly wrong. It was a good NFL defense that held people enough that if their offense can catch up, they can easily be a 500 team. So I thought 5.5 at over 5.5 at plus 102. That'd be worth throwing some money on. Then I went the Raiders. I went under 6.5 because that whole Kansas City, Los Angeles, Denver, that's going to be tough. And what did the Raiders do in the offseason?
Nothing.
Minshew?
Exactly.
They lost Jacobs? I don't know.
Yeah. So under 6.5 at plus 110, I felt was pretty safe.
That's good.
And then I went with the Seahawk Tuas.
Gross.
I threw that in there just
Gross.
for you.
For me. Stupidest internet trend ever.
Yeah.
Under 7.5. What did Seattle do this offseason? Why 7.5?
I do not know.
The West is that's 2 L's with San Francisco.
Oh yeah. Say what you want about my Cardinals, but they'll split probably. At best for Seattle, they'll split because
I could
they hate
definitely
each other,
see that.
Yeah.
So 7.5 for Seattle. I don't buy it. I don't.
Yeah. The Rams will beat them twice.
Yeah. At worst, they split with
both the other 2 teams. Yeah.
I don't. And it was plus 118.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Those were the 3 that I liked. I was like,
very nice.
I like that.
So no over-unders for you?
I'm just kind of perusing through them.
Anything stand out to you?
The Bears over 8.5 is insane.
Is that the over-under,
Yes,
8.5? How did I miss that? No,
I-
under. I'll add that to my list. Under.
Under.
What is the...
I missed that one too.
Who the hell are they?
Can we just make that
What is their schedule? What is their schedule?
Can we make that
Because
a DWTO bet?
We made fun of
They
Iowa.
play the Packers and the Bears twice each. There's 4 losses right there.
No, they're not. They're not winning 9 games this year.
No, it's It's not
8.5?
But we made fun of
Can
we made
place
fun
it
of
now?
Iowa, and we looked
we
at their
drive to Iowa
schedule, and it
tonight,
was
disclaimer?
like, maybe Iowa might hit their.
But I don't
Is
know.
this one
This
of
is
those
the
things?
NFL.
Like
I
I
don't
want
think
I
so.
want to see their fucking schedule because are they playing Carolina 7 times?
No.
8? Are you? That's what it says. 8.5.
8.5 on FanDuel. Yeah.
I
Did
feel like
Colin set this line?
I feel like
so. First game is against the Titans.
no.
L.
Well, yeah.
They'll be the Titans.
Titans are
They
not very
should.
good.
The Titans aren't very good.
Yeah, that'll be an
Texans
L.
loss.
Oh yeah.
Colts loss.
Loss.
Rams.
No, the
knows?
Rams will be okay. They'll beat
Panthers.
'em.
You better beat them. Jaguars loss. Commanders win. Cardinals.
Commanders.
They're going to
aren't-
lose to the Cardinals.
Yes.
We'll talk about that. In a
Yeah.
minute.
Patriots win. Packers loss. Vikings win. Lions loss. Niners loss.
Oh yeah.
Vikings probably win. Lions loss. Seahawks.
Are we at 7 yet? 7
Loss.
losses yet?
I think we're over.
I
So
mean,
we're-
win.
Yeah. So,
But Commanders are probably going to be one of those teams that nobody knows what the fuck happens with them either.
Right. so
Like they could be either
But still,
decent
that's-
or
I saw
'cause
8.5. I was
that's
like, this has to be
surprising.
wrong.
Rivera's gone. They've got a new coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, 4 losses just in their division.
Right. So like this hype train that is following, I don't get it.
It's the Caleb Williams effect.
It's
Yep.
just-
He
so-
needs more than just
I
one
would
player isn't
say
enough.
Under.
Well, they
Yeah,
got
I would go. I would
DJ
like
Moore.
to put a future on that for our just for the hell of it,
Right.
$5.
Plus
I don't care.
130. It's plus 130. So.
Just to have fun with it, and then Colin will love us for it.
I'm sure he will.
If
We
we
can have
lose,
him-
he'll rub it in forever.
and we can have him call in.
Yeah, we'll have him
He'll
call
love
in.
it.
We'll
We'll
That'd
have
be my-
Colin
and we'll
call in.
We'll mute him the whole time, and he won't know. It'll be great.
We can hear him.
or
but
we won't know because we fucked up again. We
Right.
being Dennis.
that never happens.
No.
That's
Any,
right.
anything else? Okay,
That's-
so
yeah.
my over-unders that stand out to me. One, I got to do my homer pick. I haven't done one yet. Arizona set at 6.5. They legitimately have a
The under?
chance. No, I'm
Oh.
going over. They legitimately have a chance to be a top 3 offense this year. Their defense has the chance to be the worst defense. So I think it's going to be one of those. They're gonna win some games because they can score points.
So we're on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like Carolina has a good defense, but
could just
we
combine
don't
our
know.
teams.
Let's
We'd be-
do it.
So
We'll be
Kyler
the-
Murray, I was like looking this up because a lot of people give Kyler Murray shit, but he's like a top 5. I'm going to say fantasy for a second because
yeah.
this is about offense and
Yeah, and
scoring.
he is.
He's a top 5 quarterback every year that he's been healthy. And when he came back halfway through the season, he was a top 4 quarterback last year. And he averages 4.9 points just on rushing per game. The angry toddler gets it done.
Yeah.
So I could see them getting 7 wins. I don't know that they're going to get much further. They'll do their thing where they may even contend for a playoff spot, but they'll blow it. They'll blow,
Well, and
fucking
he's
blow
gonna
it.
and he'll be a good
As long as he stays
quarterback,
healthy. Yeah, they stay
fantasy
healthy.
wise
Oh.
because
And Marvin
they could-
Harrison Jr. and James Conner keeps. I don't know how he still does what he does, but they've got a lot of weapons on this team.
Right.
McBride kind of had his breakout last year, so they're going to score points. So I think they'll get that. I also have Detroit for over 10.5. I think the majority of their games are indoor, and
Yeah.
Jared Goff, amazing indoor quarterback.
Right.
he does things.
I mean, for whatever, take that for what it's worth. I think like 10 of their games are indoors this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at his stats, and it's ridiculous, right?
Yep.
And then I got Pittsburgh under 8.5.
Fuck those.
They're not
guys.
going to win 8. They're not going to win 9 games. I think of them kind of
First
like
losing
Chicago.
Season for Mike Tomlin.
He's due. It's about effing time.
You're right.
'cause The mediocrity needs to end at some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can only hang your hat so many years.
I don't know.
on-
Ever since he walked out on the field to stop the kick returner, I kind of don't like that guy. Fuck that guy.
But I mean, it's pretty incredible though. He never.
No,
No,
Yeah,
no,
like-
he's a
in
great
the
coach.
NFL, yeah.
He's a great coach, but I
Crazy.
lived in Pittsburgh for 2 years, so fuck
Yeah.
them.
Sorry.
Worst fans. They are the worst fans. I'm just
Just
fucking
right there
horrible.
with the Phillies.
Did you know if they do not make the playoffs, nobody follows football?
Really.
Yeah, they're not football fans at all. So I'm like, I can't respect that.
they wait
Fuck them.
until the Phillies?
They also know that
may or may not make
Roethlisberger
it.
raped a girl, and they don't care because he won. He won Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Like, so what? He won Super Bowls. So,
Yeah, he paid her off. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Fuck that guy. Rapist burger. By MVP. What do you guys think for MVP this year?
Oh shit! You threw a curveball there.
I did. I threw. That was
Son
kind
of
of
a
a late.
bitch.
That was a late ad. You want to know my favorite? I'm just gonna say one. Kind of already started.
Kyler
saying
Murray?
it. Love.
Okay.
Love's at plus 1,400
Yeah.
for MVP. I think he's got an outside shot at it. This
He
could
does.
be a year. I mean, there's a lot of other.
Yeah.
A QB is going to win it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of QBs are going to put up numbers this year, but man, plus 1,400.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I just not even looking. I would think Tua would be up there with their offense.
Sure.
I think he would be
pull that
a
up.
pretty good safe bet for them for that.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Do you think he's learned the deep ball yet? Not that he's ever needed it, but he has
maybe
no
not,
arm.
No, maybe not. But
But he hasn't needed to.
He
either.
doesn't. No, he's got enough weapons there that I think that they can.
And their
He
coach
can-
is like my favorite person.
Oh my
in
god!
the NFL.
Have you seen the evolution of him?
He's the Coke dealer
online?
now?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Went from manager at Best Buy to Coke dealer.
To the
Year.
like South Beach.
Oh man,
Man of the year.
the shades and everything.
Yeah,
oh,
that's awesome.
I
Tua's plus 2,000.
That's what I mean. Like, it's feasible that he
Yeah.
could put together a season to win MVP, and at plus 2,000,
Right.
with the weapons around him and the way the offense is set up to
they're gonna score.
help him.
They're gonna score so
Right.
many points.
If he can get a defense behind him, they could be dangerous in the AFC
Yeah.
I agree.
unless
CJ
they
Stroud.
play in the cold.
Oh, I like that one. I had him listed. Is he still at 1,000?
He is.
Plus 1,000? Okay.
It breaks my heart because he's former Buckeye. And
I know, but man, he
But
just,
OH?
he's a good, yeah.
he started
Wow.
his career just
he's
like
a good
calm.
quarterback, yeah.
You know what breaks my heart? Fucking Carolina could have drafted him.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted.
Yeah.
Not that I hate Bryce Young. I don't. I think he'll be a good quarterback. Knock on wood.
I can't believe you hate your own quarterback.
I don't hate him.
But no,
swear.
I think
Yeah.
Stroud's going to put up massive numbers.
I hate him compared to CJ Stroud.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
and
mean-
when it comes down to it, it's about numbers.
I
and
agree,
those
and
things. So
I drafted in our
Yeah.
fantasy
You
league
did.
that way,
So,
but
yeah,
you still do worry, like you said,
Yeah.
the let down on the second year. So we'll
Right.
see. We'll see. It's interesting.
So
Incredibly talented.
It's rolling the
quarterback.
dice. Let's. I got Burrow. And
Unlike betting, which is
nothing
easy.
at all. That's super easy. Yeah.
It's an exact science.
right.
All right. Enough about the NFL. We have real live college football this week. We have a full slate of it, not just 4 games to pick from.
I got to get my TV put up. Oh.
So, how do you want to do this, Sean? Do you have some games
I
identified?
do.
All right.
I got a
Or
couple.
Shane, as I wrote on our
Shane, yeah.
new guy Shane.
Okay, Shane. So the first one that popped, and we just kind of started talking about it before we started the show this evening, but
Not Florida State.
no,
By the
hell
way.
no.
Fuck the Seminoles.
Fuck those guys.
South Dakota State,
Not the tribe, but the-
Colorado. Or I'm not South Dakota State. Is it South
North Dakota. Wasn't it North Dakota?
Yes, sorry, North Dakota State. Colorado. Have a special hatred
Money
for
line?
Colorado.
Money line.
Money line, North Dakota State.
Damn.
What are those odds? Because I believe it's minus
know which one it
9.5
is.
to Colorado right now, right?
Minus 9.5. So the money line right now is plus 330. But
It's not awful.
North Dakota State is the perennial FCS
I
champion.
know. Every year.
Each and every year.
We bet on them a few times
They-
last year.
know.
And they produce.
Are they in Colorado?
NFL, yes, it is. They produce NFL quality talent at
They
that
do.
school in North Dakota. So, I don't think they have enough NFL quality talent at Colorado.
I think it's going to be closer than.
They only have one
I
person
think
that'll
they
be in the
for
NFL.
certain cover. Yeah, I think they for certain cover the 9.5 spread. I think that's a certainty. But I think they win. And it's going to implode the season from the get-go for
Oh
Colorado.
God, that'd be
I
beautiful,
hope
especially
not, because
considering,
then they're
like-
going to fucking roll into Lincoln and they
then
could have
we're
a
gonna-
chip on
and they're
their
gonna
shoulder.
get crushed.
I hope,
beat the
but
shit
if
out
they
of them.
do that, like,
no.
No.
have you
No.
been a fan of Nebraska football long enough to know that this is how this shit happens?
This-
They get fucking knocked down.
This year
and
is
then they come in.
Oh, God.
So I've heard that.
Now we're on to the Rule Aid
Yeah.
Punch Bowl.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What is what to cover? What are they? What's the? I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't know
Plus
what that is.
9.5. What is the?
Again. So it's a Thursday night game too. So that's
that's fun.
It's nice that it's.
Oh, that's a couple nights away.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
You're like, now I want to do it.
Well, I mean, kind of, yeah.
so
but I-
minus 104.
And that I feel better about. See, that's
Yeah.
actually not bad odds.
Yeah.
What else you got? You got any other that stand out?
So Nebraska is a heavy, heavy favorite against UTEP.
It's like 30 something. What is
It's the first game of the year.
27 and a half.
Lincoln.
27 and a half.
It's a freshman quarterback. There's a
one
lot
of my
new
games.
pieces. I don't see them covering by 27.
So UTEP to cover.
I think UTEP covers.
That's a big spread, and
Yes.
I
So
like
I'm
that.
And
then if we lost, we'd be mad, or we'd be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm right behind you on
I
that
think
one. That was one of the
Nebraska
three.
wins, but we're
I
not
like
winning
it.
by more than 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was one of the three that I had was UTEP plus 27 and a half.
I like that. Yep. That's a big
So-
spread. And we
Especially
kind of learned last year
first
not to take the
year.
big spreads.
Yeah, first year. He's talented, right?
Yeah.
He's going to do his thing. This is his first year.
Yeah.
0 reps.
First game.
There's
0
gonna be-
reps, real time.
there's gonna be a lot
real,
of mistakes.
game
And
time.
UTEP is like
It's an actual school.
yeah. This is not
They
4 or
exist.
5A high school football.
Right.
You've got
FBS.
guys.
Are they FBS? Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. They are FBS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have him studied up.
Yep.
Yep.
So he's gonna have to adjust. That
Don't let this rookie make you look stupid.
if they
Or
win-
freshman, excuse me.
if
Or
they
JV,
win,
forgot.
they're gonna have to adjust.
Yeah.
So can they do that?
So in my last one,
Okay.
Florida v. Miami, Gainesville.
I looked at that one too.
Oh, I have it too.
I have Florida money line on that. Plus
We're going to be
126.
opposite on that.
Yeah. So.
What is that, plus
I
what?
looked so hard at
Miami
that one
is,
and I couldn't.
plus 126. They're always Miami is always on the hype train each and
yeah.
every year.
Oh yeah.
I've kind of seen them as the Notre Dame of each and every college football season. It's like, oh, they're going to be great. Oh, they're going to be great. And then they win like 4 games. Like, oh my God, they're going to win the national championship. And then they actually play teams that are decent, and they shit the bed. Now they're playing. Now Florida is not the Florida of old in any way, shape, or form.
No.
However, I think this is a big time. This is a big game for both of these schools. This is these schools hate one another, and I think Florida's going to show up. It's a home game for them. I think they're going to win.
Gotta hate both of these teams with a passion.
Funny side story on this, just a quick one. So a guy that I work with is a big Miami fan, and I went to him and I was like, I told him NC State for the Coastal, ACC, whatever it is, championship plus 630, and he was like, it's terrible. And I go, no, it's not really that terrible. Like, who else do they play? And I threw it out there. I was like, plus 630, that's a fantastic. And he goes, yeah, actually, that's a really good. And he's a fucking Hurricanes fan, and he thought it was a fantastic bet.
Right. So.
All right. Was that your last
That's
one?
it. That's
Because
it.
that's a perfect segue, and I'm going to battle what you said. I like Miami.
Do it.
All right. So Miami returns 12 starters from last year. One of them is not actually newcomer Cam Ward, who is their new starting quarterback. Best thing to happen to Miami in a long time.
Is that brother of?
Not Hines Ward?
No, not brother. The kid from the. God, where was he playing? He was playing like
I don't know where you're
Holy
going
Cross
with
or
this.
some shit like that.
I don't have the
I
answer
don't
for
know.
you.
Yeah.
Cam Ward. He was like a good quarterback on a lower like D2 type.
Cam Ward?
Yeah.
No, he played.
he?
No, he was at Washington State. Cam Ward came
Okay,
over from Washington State.
But then before that, he was
I don't know.
Holy Cross or some shit like that.
Maybe. But dude's like already the leader.
Yeah.
He's already established himself. He
Yeah.
transferred over. People are
Sorry
already
to
calling him
derail you.
ACC Player of the Year. He hasn't even played in the ACC yet. He's had almost 7,000 yards passing, 48 touchdown passes in his last 2 years, and now Miami gets him, right? Getting Heisman hype. Now, this goes to your point. Miami always gets the hype, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's enough of a player to lead Miami to great things this season. Might even contend for the ACC championship. So I think Florida's in trouble and Miami covers 2.5. I think that's easy. But I don't think we're going to agree on that one. So I'm going to move on to my next one. This one stood out to me. I think we actually won money on Jacksonville State once or twice last
did?
year.
Yeah.
So Jacksonville State's playing Coastal Carolina. The spread's -3.
Okay.
So this one's funny. ESPN has that returning production stat. What's that? You like that one too?
No.
You're pointing. I don't know what's going on over there.
Sorry.
I don't know sign language, man.
No. I was just going back to your Miami
Yep.
thing.
So ESPN's returning production. Okay, Jacksonville State ranks 29th nationally. Coastal Carolina's 114. right?
Wow.
So they got a lot of starters coming back.
Right.
Chanticleers, they lost like their 10-year starting quarterback or whatever. This guy's been around forever, McCall. Their two leading receivers are gone. Their 3 top tackles are gone. Meanwhile, Rich Rod, his Gamecocks, they were like one of the best defensive teams in the country last year.
Fuck that
They've
guy,
got
though.
almost all their. Oh, I don't like them either. This is about winning money. And fuck Rich Rod, but
I
they
just
bring
threw
back
that
a
out
quarterback who actually saw action last year, Logan Smothers.
Right.
Jacksonville State has a
Husker.
great.
I was gonna say that name
Oh
sounds
yeah,
familiar.
You're right. You're right. They had a really good rushing attack. They averaged 236 yards per game on the ground, whereas Coastal Carolina gave up about 170 per game. Everything's leading towards them just destroying Coastal Carolina. And last one, they're past 8 at home. Jacksonville State is 7-1 against the spread. So I like that one. It's only 3 points for a minus
Logan
110.
Smothers can fucking sling the ball.
I kind of forgot about the Nebraska
Yeah.
connection there, too. That's even a better reason to root for them.
Right.
Last one I have, as much as I hate even including USC in any of my things, USC is playing LSU to open the game.
Oh.
I like the over. This is just an over. 62.5. Okay, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels are gone, but Lincoln Riley and Brian Kelly are still coaching.
Sure.
So there's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of offense in this, right?
It's gonna be a shootout.
Oh, yeah. They're also
There ain't
playing
no
at
defense in
Allegiant.
that.
No, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So there's no
nice.
like home crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could talk about the quarterbacks. Nobody really cares. But to your point, Aaron, both teams enter the season with like huge question marks on defense. So I think this is going to be closer to 70 points. I could see this being like a 40-35 kind of game.
Easily.
Just shootout,
Yeah.
going back and forth. And that,
Now watch it being a 20
I know.
to 14.
yeah, 17-14. So the over 62.5, and it's another minus 110. So I kind of
Yeah.
those are my picks.
That's not bad.
Aaron,
Cam Ward, Incarnate Word.
incarnate
That's
word,
where he
holy
came
cross, incarnate word,
Yep.
some kind of holy
Same. Yep.
roller kind of.
from. He had big,
Dominus Ominous, and
everybody was talking about him when he was there, and then he went to Washington. So
he was
Washington
awesome.
State,
Washington
sorry.
State, yeah, he was awesome there.
Yeah. So
He
that's where
he left the pack too.
Sorry, it was my Rain Man
No.
brain was like,
Got to watch
where
Wapner.
Yeah.
Sir, you're up. Not the continent, like you are up.
Oh. So I went
Yeah,
with Oklahoma State 9.5 over South Dakota State at minus 115. I've got absolutely nothing.
Was it
Beyond
minus
that.
9.5?
It was, yeah. South Dakota State's a good team, right? But Oklahoma State's in the Big 12. Like, at home, Oklahoma State, I don't.
Yeah,
They'll beat them by at least 10.
I know what
think.
you're saying about South Dakota State, but I think
They'll-
Oklahoma State beats their ass.
It's the Big 12. They don't play defense.
They don't, but
That's
they can.
true.
They'll be able to
And South
score
Dakota-
more than
and
10 points.
South Dakota State does. I
In-
think it's going to be closer than.
In
Well,
December,
9.5 is kind of getting into that. Ooh,
Yeah.
do we want to do this, right?
yeah, that's
But-
one of those where it's like, is it tasty enough?
Yeah. So I don't know. There's just
And then-
enough question marks with Oklahoma State. It's
Yeah.
like they're either going to be great or they're going to be meh.
Yeah.
It's just hard to say.
UTEP 27.5 plus 27.5
Yeah.
against Nebraska. I think
there.
that's.
I
safe.
think that's I like that one a lot. Yeah,
I do.
I do.
mean,
I think that
if-
might have to be whatever we decide. That's one of the legs.
If Nebraska wins by 14, that would be a fucking miracle. I think.
And if they win by over 27.5, we're all just going to fucking be happy.
If they
Oh,
win,
yeah.
we'll just be happy
yeah, yeah.
because it's a win. Because they haven't won their first game in how long? I can't remember the last time they
Well, I
won
think-
the first game of the year.
I
They
mean,
got-
we may have been in diapers.
They got they got beat by Northwestern last year in Ireland. They should have won that game, and then they shit their pants.
Was that last year or the year before?
last
That was
year.
last
That was
year.
last year. It seems so long
It
ago.
feels so long
Because it was
ago.
so much sadness.
That's
has
what
occurred
happens
since
when
then.
you're a Nebraska fan or surrounded by people that
I was
like
like, that
Nebraska.
was a rule game? I don't remember.
You just
That-
it
no,
ages
that was-
you.
Wasn't that
2 years?
Frost?
That was Frost.
That was
2
Frost,
years
the Ireland game.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, yeah.
You're
So
right.
what was last
I
year?
didn't think that was
ago.
roll.
Did we win?
I don't know. There was a lot of sadness last year,
There
too, but
was
at
a lot
least
of
there was
sadness.
flashes
It was
of,
yeah. There
oh,
it was.
they look
This
coached now.
Maybe kind of. All right, nope. Then my last one was UCLA minus 14.5 at Iowa.
Oh.
Or Iowa, Jesus.
No, it's
Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Fuck,
yeah.
I can't read. Joke's on you. I can't read.
UCLA, I don't know what they are. I don't know what
But it's
UCLA.
Hawaii.
I know.
I know that's a
They
trip.
couldn't even
it's
cover
a trip
versus
to
Delaware State, and that's true.
And then you got Deshaun Foster, which is kind of my other like homer pick because I'm a Panthers fan, and
Right.
Deshaun Foster was a UCLA legend and a Panthers legend, and now he's their head coach. I feel like he could maybe coach them to do things that are good. I can't go any higher.
Question? God damn it, Sean! Did you put a question mark on the teleprompter? You know he's gonna say whatever you put on there.
So to go back to the Husker misery of the first game of the year.
Oh, let's do
Oh,
that
what
again.
was it?
Do you know who they lost to last?
It
I can't
was
remember.
Stupid.
It was something stupid.
It was
August 31st,
stupid.
2023.
Oh God, just lay it on us.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
Damn it.
13-10. They lost.
Ugly, just ugly, just ugly. It's kind of like
Just
I heard
dumb.
someone talking about ASU plays Wyoming this year.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a college analyst talking about it on some podcast, and he's like, got to be careful with Wyoming, man. Ugly colors and ugly wins.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what.
But
Yep.
they're not the Fighting Craig Bulls anymore. So
They're not.
Yeah.
So okay, so we got a bunch of picks out here. I think a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I are going to see eye to eye on the Florida Miami one.
No.
I just don't. I'm not giving in.
I
You're
think
not
we all
giving in, and
we
I
all
love
like
that.
UTEP
I
plus
think we all
27
like
and a half.
UTEP.
Yep. 27.5.
What's the next one that you guys like?
I like, so you broke down the Jacksonville State game, I thought, real well. And that's
Okay.
a minus 110.
It's probably the one I spent the most time for
Yeah.
whatever reason. That one stood out.
And it makes a lot of sense. So I think
And you also spelled Caroline, so I like that too.
yeah.
I fixed it in my notes though.
So if we
But
had
not
those
before
two,
I saw it.
So if we had the UTEP Jacksonville State, we're breaking our rule by about double. So that puts us at plus 258.
So the J State, Coastal Carolina, and the Nebraska game.
Yes.
Really?
Puts us at plus 258.
I kind of like that.
I know, but they're both okay. So
This is where we fuck
what did
ourselves, guys.
So what did the UTEP Nebraska game? What were the odds on that?
So
Minus
the
114.
Over under.
So a 114 and a 110 comes to a 258.
Yeah.
From what I had.
Math.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So the spread anyway is 114 for UTEP to cover, and it's minus 106 for Nebraska to cover.
I know we're breaking it, but
The-
I actually
the
feel
over-
good about these. These
so
are not
the over under is 48.5
for what?
for the Nebraska.
I would let's stay away from. I don't know what's happening.
Well,
there.
yeah.
I like the spread better.
But
like
I
the
think that's
UTEP
going to
cover.
be so clunky because you got a freshman quarterback for Nebraska, a defense that can do its thing. So they're going to shut down UTEP, right?
Right.
If Nebraska wins, it's going to be by 7, I think.
So it could
6.
be 28-21, and they went over.
Yeah.
And I don't even think
they're gonna win
UTEP
by
is
more than
going
a
to.
touchdown. I think they're going to win by. I think it'll be like a 17-point game.
Yeah,
Personally, I see it being like.
I just like the UTEP cover.
17, 18, 21, 3, something like
So
that.
either way, it's
But
not
they
going
cover.
over.
No.
Yeah, I still like the cover. To me, the cover feels better.
Right.
But you guys talked me out of it. I don't know.
No.
I like the 27. I just don't. Nebraska's got a good defense. Big question mark on offense.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know what UTEP is bringing to the table.
Yeah.
But their defense is going to stop UTEP.
What happens if UTEP just fucking wins?
Well, then we cover.
Then we
I
cover.
wouldn't. Yeah.
My boy. I love
And
it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
This is the life of a Nebraska
So
fan.
are we talking ourselves into a plus 258 parlay?
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
I'm in.
So $20
I like
wins
it.
us 51.67.
I mean, I don't think this is crazy.
No.
But we're also
How much are we putting on it?
20.
Okay. Do I need to give you money?
Sure.
Do we need to? Yeah.
we're also
We haven't talked about that yet. I think we're down to $5 in the
We got
kitties.
$5, yeah.
So
we're also leaning
we each
on
pitch in $5 and
on 2 people who have had, or 2 teams or 2 entities who have had connections with Nebraska. And how has that gone recently? You got
Awesome.
Logan Smothers is
Yeah.
quarterback, so
I think it's going to
it's going to be great. We can't lose, guys. Crazy. All right, that's it. That's our bet. We're doing it.
Executive decision. We're doing it.
No,
All right.
I feel like I'm messing with you. Let's argue if you want.
no, I'm not.
Do we need to find a different something?
I like the
So
I just don't.
Iowa is a 22.5-point favorite against Illinois State.
With Kirk Ferentz being on the
Oh yeah, he's
being
yeah.
at the hospital waving at
Suspended
kids
or-
or something.
right,
I
with
don't
the
know what
cancer
he's going to
kids.
do. Yeah, he's going to be waving at the team with the kids.
So
Maybe,
you're
I don't
saying
know.
the cover on the Illinois State, but what is that?
Or the over-under is 40.5. Like,
Oh yeah, they're not
is
scoring
anyone
40 and a half
in that
points in
game?
that Iowa game.
It's an Iowa game. Is it
Illinois
punts,
State
punts?
may score 14 at best, maybe
But
10.
I don't know
be
what Iowa's
21,
I don't know
14 or
what
something.
Iowa's defense is like this year.
I think they're
It'll
gonna
be the
good
same
again.
like they
They're gonna
always
be a
are.
tough defense. I mean, there's people picking them to win way over.
Oh yeah,
It's
to go to
crazy.
the
Yeah,
college football playoff.
Wow. I don't know. Maybe stay away from that one. I feel like there's too many.
I feel like maybe
What about the USC LSU over? Shootout, baby! All right, fine. You guys are no fun. I feel like I'm being the Sean
But
this week.
we gotta stick with 2. Yeah, you are being me. We gotta stick with 2.
UCLA 14.5 at Hawaii minus 102. Think
Well,
UCLA?
that's an even bigger. That's going to be an even bigger
Yeah, true.
bet, right? Minus 102 and minus 110 is going to be like what? Plus 300.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows?
Or
What
we
do
could
they
just,
know? What do
if
they
you want to
know?
do a second leg.
We
then
could do
maybe-
2 and do 10 and
Do
10.
we just start slow
We
and
could
just do the plus
10
2
on each. We could do 10 on each. We
Yeah.
could do that.
do
and
2 different ones.
do the
10
plus
and 10.
27 and a half
Or-
and then
Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
7 leg
He's taking
parlay.
it back. He's taking it back. Here it comes, folks. Be ready.
We take
Or-
all of them and
Yes.
put them together.
Yes. So we do two legs, right? $10 each.
Okay.
And we do a 4 leg for 5.
What's the four? What are they? Well, let's
Yeah.
talk through it, man.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I want to hear.
Oh, I see.
Right, you got
Oh.
two legs, then you combine
Oh, okay.
both 2 legs to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a 4 leg.
What are the two legs? So we got the
So we
J
got
State.
Jacksonville and UTEP.
Yep, I like that one.
Oh God. I'm gonna go back through. What else did we have written down there?
USC LSU. I don't know if you guys like that one.
The over.
Oh.
That makes sense. I think.
I don't know.
They're gonna score
I just
ass load of points in that.
the Oklahoma State 9.5, South Dakota State,
Yeah. Minus 115.
and then your Colorado, North Dakota State.
Miami minus.
I don't know how
2.5.
much I like the money line on that. I mean, I love the odds on that. They're gonna fucking win, and Sean's gonna talk so much shit to us.
There was no hesitation
No,
there.
none at all.
Well,
Well,
that is a big one. It's plus 330.
yeah, please,
Yeah.
with the cover maybe. Yeah,
Or we can just stick with the 2.
I say we stick.
What
with
about
the two.
UNI? Who's UNI playing? I like UNI.
No
UNI
idea.
is always good.
Are they though?
For the
For our purposes.
yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Probably not worth it then.
I feel like Oklahoma's 42.5 over Temple.
Ugh.
I don't
But-
touch that either.
Right. What is
they
Temple
could.
going to do?
Yeah.
Oklahoma could do that, and it's like
So here's one. Here's one. Florida Atlantic, Michigan State. So the quarterback from Michigan
I
State
saw that one too, and I was like, "Fuck."
came out and said, "Oh, bet the mortgage on the over. We're covering that stuff." That means you're going to lose.
Yeah, right.
I think what we need to find here is
Because he's betting, is what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah.
is maybe something worse than a minus 110, or better depending how you look at it, right?
Right.
Like more of a sure thing for another leg
I got you.
might be that. That's how we get to the
It's
to the 100.
so
Keep it a
hard.
2 leg, or do we go to a 3?
no.
How about a 7?
I say we break it up. Why not 14? Let's go. Get all the 10,000 in one weekend.
Or do 2 2s and a 4?
This
I mean, if we
first
could find
weekend-
another 2-2, I think we got one, right? We're gonna do Jacksonville State with UTEP as one.
Yep.
Do what we need another 2 to go into. Do we want to do USC LSU
I
as
like
one
the
leg?
over on that.
Okay, we need one to go with that over then,
Okay.
and
This
then
first
we can combine
weekend
them all.
is so hard though, because
know.
especially with the expanded playoffs.
Or
like,
do we
you
just
have
do that
no
as a
idea.
straight bet?
We do a straight bet.
We could do USC LSU as a straight bet, and then do with the 5 whatever's left. We make a 3 leg,
Right. Yeah. We could
and then we have 3 bets going into the weekend.
or
what do you
just go
think?
the
Yeah.
Colorado game.
We could
hit the big money.
Oh, for the for the
Yeah,
$5
money
four
line.
leg. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the money line?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I feel like we got to give him the small bet. We got to give it to him.
Fuck those guys.
All right, fuck it. Let's do it. This is what we're doing. All right, I'm gonna run it down.
recap.
All right, Jacksonville State -3
Yep.
over Coastal Carolina.
So FanDuel -2.5.
Even
Ooh,
fucking better.
yeah.
And then
Currently.
we're gonna parlay that with the Nebraska UTEP game, and we're taking UTEP to cover +27.5.
Correct.
Okay,
And
so
that
that's
gives us +258. So $20 wager on there wins 51.67.
awesome.
I like it.
And then we're doing a straight bet: USC LSU over 62.5 points.
Yep.
Right.
Fucking better
And
score
then-
What do we
points.
want to put on that? 5, 10,
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
We'll do 5 on that.
Sure.
And then we're going to take all 3 of those and we're going to add, North Dakota State money line versus Colorado.
It's gonna fucking hit.
And we're going to make a 4-leg, put $5 on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
what does that come to?
Let me see.
Let's build. Let's
do
build
this.
it.
Let's do this.
Parlay
now I gotta
extraordinaire,
do-
Sean Thompson.
Oh, we got the
Dr. Parlay over here. Ooh,
we got the
Dr.
doc. We
Parlay.
got the doctor in the
the
lab.
doc.
But I gotta win, so then I can be like, oh yeah, now
love
you're
it.
Dr. Parlay. I gotta find the US. SE's game is like pretty late in the weekend, isn't it?
I didn't say you had to be a good doctor.
I'm a good doctor. I'm a shitty gambler.
No. That was better than what I was going to say.
You got to be good at one.
Yeah.
So,
I just meant
it's-
not a good gambling doctor.
Oh, yes,
Like,
yes.
I know
Not
you're
a
a great
good-
doctor,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to switch those priorities, we're not going to complain. Somebody else might,
but
but
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
What the hell is it? Is it like one of those weird?
I
it
thought
like a
it-
Sunday game. I think it's one of the. I think it's a Sunday game.
Well, what we could do is we'll post it
yeah.
and let everyone know what the odds are. It's
Oh,
going to
here
be
we go,
it's
here
going to
we
be.
go.
Oh,
He's got-
wait.
Whoa,
Stop the
We're
press.
doing the over 64 and a half.
Oh, it's 64.5 now.
Yeah.
I still feel good about it. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
All right.
It's gone up 2 points since I looked this morning.
Yeah.
So people are
So
betting
putting
it.
5
Yeah.
on that.
Put 5 on that
Yeah.
as a single bet.
143.39.
Oh, okay.
That'll win us 143. So it's plus 28.67.
That's the 4-leg.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great. That's
Clearly
great.
didn't learn our lesson last time.
No, we clearly didn't. But I also like
And we're like, oh.
we're dispersing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we didn't do last year, right? We threw it all into one thing and like, oh.
Because if we don't hit the 1, we're still gonna
Hopefully we
have
still
some
hit something, right?
something, right?
So just to recap,
Go ahead.
Jacksonville 2.5, UTEP plus 27.5, 20.
Okay.
North Dakota State is going to be
Bless
in
you.
the final 4-leg. And then the over for SC LSU is going to be a straight bet
Straight bet.
for 5.
$5.
Yeah.
That'll win us like what, $9 or something. I mean, for return
it's
of
minus
4.
108, so it'll be, yeah.
almost a double.
Yep.
Cool.
I like it. That's
And-
All right, so we'll get that in and we'll post it
Go
so you guys can
North
see that.
Dakota State.
Oh, I love
Fuck
it.
yeah.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I like it.
When the
all
hell
right.
do they play?
And these are going to be placed.
Oh, it's Thursday. That's right. Thursday night at 7. So
We'll get them placed in Iowa.
Can you do it tomorrow by chance, or do I need to do it?
I can do it.
Okay, cool.
I can drive
Disclaimer.
Excellent disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
That's right. That's right. Legally in
Or-
Iowa.
Legally in Iowa,
Or
disclaimer.
I can go to the local casino.
That might be fun.
Oh,
And,
That might be fun if you
do it
can.
there.
because they can
Yes.
do the. Yeah, I
can do it in
forgot
the
You just
about
got to
that.
do it in person.
You
Yeah,
just
do it
got to
in
be
person.
in there.
Ooh, like you were gonna have a real bet ticket,
Yeah.
a bet slip. Wow, what's that like?
Let's try it.
Okay, I'm in.
Why not? Let's do it.
I like it. All right, there you have it. We're gonna do it
Yeah.
in Nebraska legally.
Just
Disclaimer.
yeah, just Venmo me some cash. So
Yeah,
we
we'll
need,
Venmo you the cash. We'll get you the cash.
$30 total, so $10 each.
$10 each. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna wrap up because this thing we're like over an hour, but it was a big deal. We did
Yeah.
futures and we're into it now, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the
next
kickoff
week,
to the season.
next week we'll be doing NFL bets.
Yeah. Well,
Actual NFL bet.
so
I know
awesome.
they're NFL's hard.
We're going to have
NFL's so
2
hard.
sets of bets.
yeah. Got college and
Call it, and then maybe we can
so-
disperse where we need.
Because
and
we're getting to 10,000. It is.
what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. Couple final thoughts. Probably a few, really. But still trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
We're up to 22 now. When
I've been stretching.
I just want to say this. That sounds like a small number, and it is. But we were at 3 when we started announcing it
Wow.
a
Yeah.
week ago. So we were up to 20. I mean, what is that? What's
We're
percentage? You know, whatever. By 8? 9? No, 8.
That's
And
at least
point
1,000%.
something. Yeah.
8 point something.
So we're doing great. If you're listening right now, please there's a subscribe button right there in the bottom right corner
Please hit
of the.
Crush the subscribe button.
Smash the like and subscribe button.
Yeah,
Okay,
don't
so
be a
please do that.
douchebag. Just subscribe.
We get to 1,000. We're gonna have like a choreographed dance that our daughters are gonna do for us. I mean, we are dancing with the odds. We will literally dance with the odds.
Mm-hmm.
I am limbering up as we speak.
We also started images that will not leave my brain. So we're also discussing maybe if we start getting close to it, maybe we throw out a little giveaway or something. Maybe we'll do something like that. So please subscribe, please follow, check us out on all the socials.
I think if we get enough money into the I guess the funding apparatus here, we could be like, we're gonna put this bet out this weekend. If you tail it and it hits, we'll give you $100, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
but they already hit the bet.
We got a long, but we got a long way to go. So
we have a long way to go.
Yeah, we gotta have.
But it's not a bad idea. I like that.
Yeah, we gotta have some
little
money
skin in the game for the listeners too. So
Right.
if they want to bet and tail us or whatever, or maybe it's one of these like we each have a bet, and people can like tail
which one
of us, and then we do a drawing out
for sure,
whoever won or whatever. So it'll be fun. Cool. So that's it, guys.
But
That's it.
just subscribe is the bottom line of that.
What'd you say? Just subscribe. It's easy. Just subscribe. Subscribe and follow us everywhere, and it'll be great. So that's it. That's episode 2 of season 2, guys. We're gonna come back. We're done with futures. We're gonna be betting, and we're gonna win $10,000
Real
dollars.
life.
Hope so.
Awesome.
I mean, we're gonna win from this week.
And there goes.
There goes Sean.
All right, we're gonna fix
And that's it.
Sorry, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Just hold it.
It's time for us to go.
Yeah, that was fun. That'll be a fun.
I'm holding.
There he goes. All right, we're back. No,
That's a short.
Nothing to worry about. We do drink while we record, guys. So there's bound to be some.
If one of our
incidents.
bets fails, that's gonna be the short.
Or it's the good luck. I don't know. We'll have to knock something over every week if we win.
We got the laugh track.
Perfect.
I love it.
Where was it?
Ba-doom.
We got to get the fail horn. From Price is
Well,
Right.
there was one or
Yeah, we already did. That's
we
A.
did?
We already did it. Do it again. Oh, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh, I'll find that. Okay. All right. Enough. We've been trying to wrap up for like 5 minutes now. Thank you all for listening.
Yes, folks.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep. See you soon.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
See you next week.